Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our signature event sponsor, Mary Beth Hartleb. She is the founder and CEO of Prism HR Consulting. And not only that, but one of our very own Embrace Your Beauty participants as well. So thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thanks, Carrie Ann.
So we're
Excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here today because we're going to
Mhm.
talk about some great stuff and, about why you chose to participate in this project celebrating women over the age of 40 and why you took it a step further to sponsor the event. But before we get to that, let's just talk first let's tell our audience a little bit more about Prism HR and,
Mhm.
how HR and this project kind of work together.
Okay, I would love to do that. So, thank you again for hosting me this morning. And Prism HR is a full service human resources consulting company, and people look at me and say, "What the heck does that mean?" So, I started my company 18 years ago, and essentially what we do is we are a partner to small to mid-sized businesses who either don't have the budget or really don't have the need for full-time human resources on staff, but still want to ensure that they are compliant and possibly get help with recruiting initiatives, policy, strategic, development discussions around growth, um, employee morale, employee benefits, staying competitive, compensation plans, things of that sort. So it's really everything that would fall under, an in-house HR umbrella. We're doing on an outsourced basis. And the benefit to small to mid-sized businesses is obviously cost savings, but they can kind of get HR needs when they need it. We have on-demand services, so you can just call me with any questions or concerns. And the other thing too is that the businesses are able to access a great depth and breadth of talent. Myself, along with the consultants that work with me, we have been in HR many years. Myself, over 30, and I've stopped counting. um, and have advanced degrees, have HR certifications. We've worked in a variety of different industries. So you don't always find that when you're recruiting for, say, an HR manager, HR director level. And also, a lot of times what I see in small to mid-sized businesses is they make the office manager handle HR. Which really isn't fair to the business nor the person who is sitting in that position, because it is a full-time plus job just to stay up to date on all the legislative changes, both at the federal, state, and local level, and also to ensure compliance. So what happens many times is once companies find out about us and that this is a business model available to them, is that usually we liaison with the office manager or someone on site. And so we assist them through some challenging times and make sure that they're staying legally compliant, make sure that they're up to date on all the new laws and legislation coming out, making sure that their handbooks are up to date, helping them put together competitive wages and benefit programs and things like that. And I don't have to tell you or your audience that the labor market is unprecedented right now. It is something I have never experienced before in all the years I've been doing this work. And so companies really need to get creative and think outside the box. And that's one of the many things that we can help them with.
What an amazing and valuable service you provide to small and medium-sized businesses. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know all the things that you did. So it's good for me to learn this too. And I'm like, wow. Oh my gosh, so much value that you provide. So as our signature event sponsor, you're sponsoring not necessarily as yourself, but through your business. So what
Right.
is it that you're seeing in your business that relates to kind of this project as well?
Yeah, so it really is very relatable. I know you and I've had many conversations about that. And, where I see it the most is in the recruiting, interviewing space. And also once, women are hired into the workforce. And, we are what we think
Mm-hmm.
about ourselves. And whether
Yes.
we like it or not, the negative chat, happens. And that comes across to others, whether we think it does or not. And I have seen too many times where very talented women who highly qualified for positions have lost out, either getting hired into a new position with a new company or possible promotion opportunities, because there's like a lack of self-confidence there
Yeah.
that is not about their ability to do the job necessarily, but how they look.
Yeah.
And that conversation that we tend to have with ourselves about, well, when I lose 20 pounds, I'll do this. And I really am very passionate about this project, and I really commend you for stepping in and doing this, because I think it is so needed in this space. And I feel that we have a responsibility as women to make sure that our girls don't go through this.
Yeah.
And I think the more that we can open the conversation, the better, and allow women to express these insecurities and these concerns, and work toward getting rid of them,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
really living your best life right now, regardless of extra weight, or you don't like your hair or your nose, or
Right.
like, can you do the job? And unfortunately, this comes across as a lack of self-confidence. Some people may not be able to actually pinpoint what it is
Mm-hmm.
about that person in an interview,
Mm-hmm.
but it does come across as just a lack of confidence, or something's off in the vibe, and the person will be overlooked or won't get the job. And I don't want to continue to see that happen. And so that's really where the nexus is with what I do and with your project.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why not only did I want to participate in it, which was a blast, but I really wanted to sponsor it and
Yes.
really help get the word out about this, because I think it is so important. It's an important topic today that we're not having enough conversation about.
I of course couldn't agree more. I came from the corporate world as well. I worked at a university for 17 years,
Uh-huh.
and I just think of myself in that role too. And you're so right about what you said. Like I'm a curvy woman, and it's like we talk so negatively to ourselves about our bodies, right? Every time we look in the
Mhm.
mirror, we're saying something negative, or our clothes don't fit right, or this or that. And although that my outside has nothing to do with my ability to do my job, like I could do my job amazingly, but it diminished my self-confidence, right? Because I was
Mhm. Right.
constantly talking so negatively to myself that then when it came down to my job, I would talk negatively to myself also. So, yeah, I could never get that promotion, or I could never ask for that raise, or
Right.
this or that, because I had such lack of self-confidence because of what I saw on the outside, right? So,
Right.
so when we can change that conversation, when we can change the way that we talk to ourselves, and talk to ourselves a lot more kinder and loving, and yeah, maybe we still want to change some things about ourselves, right? But
Mhm.
at least we're not doing the negative self-talk. It's at least neutral or positive. Then that can spill over into, our general self-confidence when it comes to our job or relationships or other things in life as well. So I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, and I'm not here to say that, oh, I never have negative self-talk. Of course I
Me
do.
either.
We
I do
all
too.
do. We're
Right?
human.
Yeah,
We're human, accept
exactly.
that. But I think, as much as we work on the outside, we also need to work on the inside.
Yeah.
And if you feel comfortable with yourself, that's going to shine through, and
Yes.
and that is going to translate into self-confidence. And again, it's not to say you're never going to have self-doubt.
No.
I think that's human, and that's
Yeah.
actually a healthy process.
Right.
But what I'm saying is stop obsessing, right?
Yeah.
And especially when we have younger women who are so impressionable, and you and I talked about, Instagram and Facebook and all this like crazy
So much
photoshopping that's happening.
comparison.
And
Yeah.
this who are these people that decide what perfection is?
Right.
Perfection is what you are right now, right? I mean, we're all different, we're all unique, and
Yes.
how boring would it be if we all looked the same?
so boring if we all looked the same and acted the same and talked the same, right?
Right, right.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. So why did you specifically want to get involved in this project and have updated pictures and go through the whole process?
Well, part of it was I needed some new photos,
Yeah.
right? And I heard about the project, and I was going to contract with you anyway, to do some photos, and especially I wanted some photos with my two puppies, Romeo and Juliet, and we got that
Yes.
accomplished, and they're amazing. Can't wait to get them. But when I really started learning more about the project, it's like, wow, this is really something that I have been thinking about for a very long time. And how do I help affect change
Yeah.
in this space?
Yes.
I identify issues, and I'm one of these people that I want to do something about it, but I don't always have a platform
Yeah.
in which to do that, right? So,
Yeah.
you sit there talking to yourself or venting to friends or something, right? Big deal. That's not helping. And so I saw this as a great opportunity to have a platform, not only by showing up and participating,
Yeah.
but also, putting some money behind it and sponsoring it and saying, Carrie Ann, let's do this,
Yeah.
because I see this as the first of, the inaugural event, and that this is going to carry forward and continue to grow and get recognition. And hopefully, with our efforts, we're changing the conversation around this.
I,
And that's
yes.
to me is what I hope we see happen.
Well, I am just eternally grateful to you for stepping into that space and sponsoring this project. You're right. This is the inaugural year and it is even already starting to grow next year, right? So
Right, right.
we're opening it up to more women next year and we are over halfway full already for
That's
next year's
awesome.
project.
Yay!
So it's already gaining some momentum and there's a spark underneath it and more women
Yeah,
are understanding and seeing the value of this project and for them participating in this project.
yeah,
So before we leave today, so one of the things that Mary Beth has encouraged me to do is step outside my zone a little bit. And she said, well, I think we need some press for this particular project. And I was like, okay, I guess I have to go figure that out. So I did. And we have sent out an amazing press release. So I just wanted to read your quote that you sent in for the press release because it's so beautiful. And I just want to leave everyone with these words that you said. You said, I believe the Embrace Your Beauty project is a necessary paradigm shift in our thinking about beauty and aging. Young women receive unhealthy messages about what is and what is not beautiful. Often these messages become lifelong beliefs. These beliefs translate to an unhealthy body image, negatively affecting relationships, career aspirations, goal attainment, self confidence, as well as physical, mental, and emotional health. My hope is that the inaugural Embrace Your Beauty project will help women discover and embrace their unique beauty at any age. It's just so beautiful and it just so succinctly and beautifully summarized everything that we've talked about. So again,
yeah.
I I can't thank you enough for stepping up and being our signature event sponsor for this event. I'm so excited to celebrate with you and all of the ladies on December 11th, and just thank you so much for participating in this.
Thank you, Carrie, and I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks in Phoenix. And thank you for doing this and starting the conversation. I hope we have many more.
We will. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.